and Congresswoman Bachmann, and even the Republican leadership. They're doing the right thing in changing the direction of spending, but they've got to go further. So I want to wrap up by asking you to join me in a chant that hopefully will be loud enough that they can hear it up there on the Hill, that I guarantee you they have never heard before. Here's the chant: we want less. Join me in that. We want less. We want less. We want less. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Colin. Next we have Congressman Steve King from Iowa.
Thanks, Jenny Beth. Thanks, Colin. And thanks for coming out here today. Some people said it's a dreary day. Well, that's not going to stop us. We've got a country to save. Boy, it lifts my heart to sing the national anthem here with you and start this off in this place that is the center of all the symbols for the whole greatness of America are here in this city. And we hold a whole country to stand up and defend this Constitution, the rule of law, fiscal responsibility, and moral responsibility all wrapped up together. And this movement of the Tea Party movement, the constitutional conservative movement that brought us here, stood on a number of things. And that is, cut the budget, get this government under control. It's not good enough to slow it down. We've got to reduce the size of this government. And they came in and they took away from you the second most sovereign thing you have, your body, the management of your health care. They nationalized not only 3 large investment banks and General Motors and Chrysler and who knows what else, they nationalized your skin and everything inside it. And we want it back, Mr. President. We want it back, United States Senate.
We want it back. 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 We want it back.
And you sent 87 new freshmen here to the House of Representatives in the quick reaction, quick strike force to take it back. And every one of them ran on repeal of Obamacare, and every one of them voted to repeal Obamacare. And over the United States Senate, every Republican over there voted to repeal Obamacare too, H.R. 2. So that marker's been put down. You fought the fight for $100 billion in cuts out of this fiscal year. And that 87 freshmen stood up and they fought a battle, and they came to a number, I know it calculates out for the full year, but it's $61.5 billion. That's where the fight came down on H.R. 1, the first CR. All right, so let's fight on that then. That's ground we've taken. Let's hold it. And what we know is, when General McClellan was manning an army and training it around this city in the beginnings of the Civil War, Lincoln wasn't too pleased because he didn't want to fight. Well, you've got to pick the ground you want to fight on. That's this continuing resolution. And you want to fight when your army's as strong as it can possibly be. Well, that was a month ago, but it's still now. So this is the time, this is the ground. We need to fight on this continuing resolution. We need to fight on the $61.5 billion. We need to fight on Mike Pence's proposal on unfunding Planned Parenthood. And we're going to hear from him in a minute. And we need to fight on cutting off the funding that implements Obamacare. So here's my pledge. I stood in front of my colleagues this morning and I said, if you choose to fight on the $61.5 billion, I'll stand and I'll fight with you. If Mike Pence says we're going to stand and fight on cutting off all the funding to Planned Parenthood, Mike Pence, I'll stand and I'll fight with you. And if we choose to fight to cut off all the funding to implement Obamacare, the $105.5 billion, and they'll stand, I'll fight with them. And if we choose not to fight on unfunding Obamacare, if we choose not to fight there, then I'll fight alone. But I'm going to fight Obamacare until it's gone. I'm going to fight till it's cut out. I want my body back. I want you to have your constitutional rights back. We're going to have them back, and we can't let up until we get them back. God bless you all.